When we are faithful to God's plan, communication becomes an effective expression of our responsible search for truth and our pursuit of goodness. Dear friends, in our cathedral renovations, we will have a large statue outside of our patron, St. Thomas More. It will be under the rose window, very visible from Glebe Road, and hopefully a source of inspiration. As we are designing that statue and other statues that will fill our cathedral, I received some input from the members of the liturgical committee. And when it came to the statue of St. Thomas More, one member said, make sure he looks strong and serene. St. Thomas More was strong and steadfast in living his faith without compromising it, in following his well-informed conscience without violating it, in loving his country, but remaining God's servant first, even to the point of martyrdom. And he was serene because he had the truth, and he lived it, and he allowed it to guide him. As mentioned, this large statue of St. Thomas More will be outside. That's a powerful reminder, because all of us are called to make sure that we bring our faith from inside the church and outside to the world, including our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our homes. And when we do, in this day and age, when we do that, we may not experience martyrdom, but we will certainly pay a price. We might be ridiculed, falsely labeled, canceled, rejected. That's what's happening to good and holy people every day. Threats and intimidations simply for living their faith and moral values and virtues. We know it's happening on the world scene, so sadly, in many countries in this day and age, when people are being imprisoned and killed just for living their faith. We see the violation of religious freedom on a national level, especially these days in the healthcare profession, where providers are being forced to violate, to compromise their ethical standards and firm beliefs, where homes of pro-life leaders are being invaded, when groups who outright mock our Catholic faith are honored by professional organizations. And sadly, we see it even on the local level. Even right here, this past year within our own diocese, destruction of church property and statues. Parents being ousted just because they questioned the falsehoods being taught to their children. That's why we need Religious Freedom Week. Powerful reminder. It begins today and ends on the solemnity of Saints Peter and Paul. It reminds us of the words of Pope Francis. He says religious freedom is one of our most prized and cherished possessions. And we are called to be vigilant, to be good citizens who protect and defend it from any force that might compromise and threaten this precious gift. Religious Freedom Week suggests 3 ways we might do so: reflect, act, and pray. Strengthened today with the gift of our Lord's precious body and blood, and through the powerful intercession of our patron, St. Thomas More, may we be strong and serene as we bring our faith from inside the church and outside into the world, while remaining God's servants first, today and always.